Hello dear Libra, today I am ready and prepared for this love reading with advice, revelations and tarot prophecies for you. I hope you are doing very well. I thank you infinitely for your presence, for your likes, and your beautiful comments of course. Also for your subscription, it really makes me very happy. That you are here, please stay until the end. If you are here, it may not be by chance. Maybe there is a message that you need to hear right now. Remember that you are the owner of your future, and you are free to make your own decisions. This is the day to set goals for your career and your relationships. Even if you are thinking about a career development plan, do not underestimate its effects on your love life. If you are in a relationship, reveal your career aspirations with your partner. They will be glad that they are part of your future plan and may be of help to you in some way or another. Singles, build your goals and connections, as well as your love life. Today is a good day to find time to be alone and clear your mind and heart. It is easy to develop burnout in the day, and taking a break helps one relax and get back to oneself. If you are in a relationship, this is a good day to tell your partner you need time alone. Your partner will appreciate and accept your need for some time alone. Get a clear perspective of what is important in your relationship. You are feeling much more outspoken today than what you normally do. You have been behaving tactfully for quite some time now, and today this may feel somewhat stifling. You are likely to blurt out the unpalatable truth today, and this will not go down very well with everybody. It is better to plan for some solitary activity because you are unlikely today to modify your behavior to suit others. Today you want to be a source of love and support for people who consider you as a close buddy, but do not neglect your health while caring for them. Carry your own cooked food and water from home in order to avoid any source of infection. Try to demarcate the time for which you will be available for others and for your own self. Major changes are now expected at the workplace. In fact, your entire way of earning a living may be changed, and you may be working at a job which you hoped for but never dreamt that would become possible. You will be able to come up with innovative ideas and completely new approach to problems at your work which will attract the attention of those in power. You may have the healthy temptation to stay at home and organize a large part of the space, of your things from clothes to books, including the kitchen or bathroom. Ordering is much more than accommodating in some way. Tidying up is letting go of what no longer gives you much. We should not store what we need, but rather those things that make us happy, that vibrate with our energy. Some of the things you need to put in order may require some effort. This is the time to tackle small repair. Pairs, you've been ting off, but the truth always comes out, especially in the form of a coat rack that always falls or a foray that never stops. Dripping emotional relationships with distant people, if you have a long-distance relationship, will be very important to you these days, whether with connections through social networks with people you know from the past or through online applications. To have an adventure if you are single, it will be a matter that you will take very seriously. Professional issues, which we will now expand, with much more information, go through a certain level of temporary stagnation that you can take advantage of to review your times, and above all your hopes. Is your current job the job you dreamed of when you were a teenager? I ask you this question because even if you haven't dreamed about that exactly, it is important to reflect. Is it the job you dreamed of when you were younger? Pragmatism and effectiveness are very good to forget about dreams in the long run, but it does not bring you anything good, so you have to focus. In addition, you may be close to finding other ways to generate financial resources for your life. That would be a great step towards some financial freedom that would allow you to dedicate yourself to what you like and are passionate about. In your health, you may have a lot of feelings of anger or bad mood on this day. Emotions seem to win the battle against rationality, and sometimes they are unbeatable, or almost so. The first thing you should be clear about is that all this is natural. Being angry is natural. What is not natural is repressing oneself. And the second thing, because that was the first thing that had to be understood, is that if you can do a lot to give some peace to your emotions, you should also allow it shomile. The important thing, whatever tool you use, is that You have a daily routine dedicated to you to disengage from the world, for a few moments, for a few minutes. On the other hand, in the workplace, many uncertainties accumulate at your desk table, office, workshop, or wherever you work, and to a large extent you may be responsible for that. Sometimes you tend to open new fronts in your life with the ease with which you open a folder on your computer desktop. The more there are, the more likely you are to find surprises in them. In other words, everything ends up becoming a mess in the end. Try to put some order in your work routine. Don't get so carried away by the urgency, and don't believe, no matter how much your bosses tell you, that everything was for yesterday. When everything is urgent and must be finished immediately, there is someone up there who hasn't done anything, does it job as it should be done, and then puts pressure on you. That doesn't mean you should do yours wrong, but don't take on the mess of others, and don't transform it into anxiety for yourself. If you're looking for a job, the same applies obviously. If you don't have it, it can't overwhelm you because you don't have it, but it is true that you have to lower the level of tension in the search, because the interviews, even if it is through the webcam, eventually notice it. They notice nervousness, they notice when you are missing something, they notice shortcomings, they notice if you are desperate to have a job. So in the end, all of this is seen, perceived. For the financial economic topic, have you heard about creative investments? Well, you have done them or not, and the truth is that we find a new one every half year with denominations of this type. In other words, this is changing. It's time to start thinking differently about the way you make money. It is not about you embarking on a stock market adventure or betting all your resources on some unknown titles from a company on the other side of the world that is researching a drug to make hair grow. No, it's not about putting all your money. Their creative investments are those that are offered in other opportunities, and are generally ventures that provide a lot of added value. Maybe there are businesses in your city that are looking for liquidity, that can give you some guarantees, that can give you a certain percentage, and so on. That is, let's say, that it would be like associating, little by little, with projects in the area. Yes, obviously we are talking about a domestic economy, because this is reduced to the administration of the home itself. If you have your own company, then you will have to have a good plan for excess liquidity that may occur in the coming weeks as a result of a react motivation in your business. If you have your own business, work with experts or research some websites that can advise you. It is also a good opportunity to review how the budget is going. The important thing is how you do it, and what your financial intelligence is at that point, which is very important. Regarding the topic of love, it is possible that you receive signals so powerful that you will not be able to ignore them. In fact, the planet position favors some people who you did not consider very close to come closer in search of warmth, like a cat seeking refuge in a blanket. These are days when you find yourself, you will take very seriously professional issues, which we will now expand, with much more information, go through a certain level of temporary stagnation that you can take advantage of to review your times, and above all your hopes. Is your current job the job you dreamed of when you were a teenager? I ask you this question because even if you haven't dreamed about that exactly, it is important to reflect. Is it the job you dreamed of when you were younger? Pragmatism and effectiveness are very good to forget about dreams in the long run, but it does not bring you anything good, so you have to focus. In addition, you may be close to finding other ways to generate financial resources for your life. That would be a great step towards some financial freedom that would allow you to dedicate yourself to what you like and are passionate about. In your health, you may have a lot of feelings of anger or bad mood on this day. Emotions seem to win the battle against rationality, and sometimes they are unbeatable, or almost so. The first thing you should be clear about is that all this is natural. Being angry is natural. What is not natural is repressing oneself. And the second thing, because that was the first thing that had to be understood, is that if you can do a lot to give some peace to your emotions, you should also allow it shine.